Okay, so passenger brief is safety. Oh dear, I'm gonna have to be a bit slow with this. S is
It's all good. That's why we don't turn the engine on.
yes. S is for I can't remember. Seatbelts. Seatbelts. We need to make sure our seatbelts are on. The way we do that is we lift them and we plug these in, tighten it, and then you can lift them to remove them. F is for a fire extinguisher, which is down here. Pin should be in the green. Remove the pin and point it at the direction of the fire. Don't spray it in the pilot's face or a passenger's face.
Yeah. You jumped over A.
Oh, S, A. Okay. A. Seatbelts. I can't remember how to write these down.
A for air vent.
Air vents. Air vents are located down by your feet. You can open or close them, and there's one in the back here. I guessed it. Too much. F is fire extinguisher. T. T is talking. When we're talking on the radio, please don't talk. Keep talking to a minimum during takeoff and landing. Try to avoid unnecessary talk. E. Why?
Your question.
Why? Do you have any questions?
No question.
No question.
Okay, how about oh, we missed something else. So E. What is E?
Emergency exits. We have one emergency exit on this flight. It's over here. There's a switch on the top and a handle on the bottom. Use that to exit as fast as you can and get clear of the airplane.
Perfect.
In case of emergency. I'll write this down. Safety. Okay. Passenger brief complete. Parking brake. It was on. Perfect. It's still on. Check. Okay. Seats, seat belts, shoulder straps. Mine on. Mixture rich. Done. Throttle full open. Is that right? That open?
Nope, that is closed.
That's closed.
Right here.
Throttle check. Battery master only.
Yes, sir.
Beacon on. I couldn't.
Anti-collision.
That's the anti-collision, same as beacon. Yeah? Okay. Fuel pump on for 3 seconds and then off. So the fuel pump is here. It's on for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, off. Okay, then the throttle, I'm going to set it 1/4 of an inch open. You like to pull it back a bit more, right?
Yeah, I like to give it less.
Is that about
less
right?
oxygen. Yep. That's
Okay. Propeller area is clear. Is that where I need to shout clear or not yet?
yeah, you do have to shout clear.
Now or later?
If you're ready, yeah.
Okay, it's clear. Clear! What do you say,
clear,
prop? Clear.
Clear prop.
Clear prop.
Okay, and you have the key here. I'm always gonna get the key ready for you right there.
Okay.
And left hand on the key. No, left hand for the key. You turn the ignition on. Right hand on the throttle. There you go.
And I put it on start?
And yes, you're gonna move it into start. It's just like, you know, the old cars where you have to get it on the starter moving. There we go. Hold it. We don't actually need that. We actually, if you give it too much, then
Stop.
there might be a problem. There you go. But now we're just yeah. So that's a common thing here when if you give it too much, yeah, it's the butterfly valve is open too much, has too much oxygen for the quantity of fuel, and it doesn't actually start. So I find it a lot easier to start the engine with the throttle closed and then smoothly like millimeter by millimeter moving. Yeah, but I never do that, you know. That's not
Throttle 1000?
yes, sir.
We're at about 1000 already.
let's see if I can adjust that.
Okay, I have to start. Alternator switch, ammeter on.
Alternator switch is not the one next to it. And there you go. And now the ammeter started rising, and you see the warning light went away, going up. Perfect.
Magnetors on both. Mixture lean. Right?
Just to the X area, that's it, perfect.
Okay.
Not even need to bring that X down. We give it that X marks the spot.
Okay, avionics, master radios on, check set.
So avionics master was already left on. Was already left on by the previous flyer because everything turned on the moment we started the engine. That's not good. However, it is what it is now. There's no point in us switching it off at night.
It's okay?
Yeah.
It's set? Okay. Start time?
With avionics master, we can also put our headsets on so we can hear ourselves better.
Set the sound.
Tower, proceed on course, runway 14, Bravo 3, clear for takeoff.
Proceed on course, clear for takeoff 14, 50352, thanks. See ya.
Are you? Can you hear me?
Tower,
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect, cool.
Going short, 5 at Delta
Okay,
1.
I was trying to see if I can adjust this system. Okay.
Four three two Whiskey Bravo, turn right on course, runway 5 at Delta 1, cleared for takeoff. Clear for takeoff, right turn approved on course 432 Whiskey Bravo. Whiskey Bravo just had Skyhawk depart off 14, and they're going to be eastbound. Look for them in your right turnout.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out the light here. In the meantime, if you want to go ahead, so audio panel check, comms 1 and 2. So this is, the moment if you see this screen, 12th of June, GPS, we know it's, it's not expired. We can just hit enter twice. And we're going to move to the page where, there we go. So now we have the frequency. So you can double check the frequencies are correct.
Okay. And the easiest way to check that's with the first page, yeah?
Yes, sir. So you just want to make sure that we have
128.5, and then we should have 121.6.
Right, and then you see, 128 is the tower. So it's in active. We don't want to have it in active. We want to have it in standby. So you can flip between them.
Yes,
Perfect.
sir, 91 Alpha Kilo.
That's
okay.
Good. And then for the second radio,
we 91 Alpha Kilo, Naples ground, runway 5 at Delta 1 intersection, taxi Bravo and Delta, cross runway 14, and tell me your direction of flight again.
That's
so,
okay.
Yeah, we have the company.
Northeast.
Yeah, so if you want to listen to 80s, anytime you want to listen to 80s, you're just going to flip between them.
Okay.
Alpha Kilo.
Okay, I think we're almost up to 80s, so COM1, NAV1, transponder test.
Transponder, we don't really have to test anything, we just want to make sure we are VFR flight, so when you're VFR flight, you want to squawk 1200.
80s,
yep,
obtain, so I just press this.
Weather, wind, calm, visibility 10, sky clear,
if nobody talks on the other one, you're good to listen.
Altimeter 2996. Visual approach runway 5. Use caution bird and wildlife activity on and in the vicinity of the airport. Ground control clearance delivery combined 1 to 1.6. Image cranes in the vicinity up to 239 feet AGL. Turf runway closed. Advise initial contact Javo. Naples Tower Information Hotel. 1049er Zulu weather. Wind. Calm, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 22 dew point 20, altimeter 2996, visual approach runway 5, use caution bird and wildlife activity on and in the vicinity of the airport. Ground control clearance delivery combined 1 to 1.6, There was cranes in the vicinity up to 239 feet AGL. Turf runway closed. Advise initial contact. You have hotel.
One more time, sorry.
Information hotel.
As long as you want.
1049er Zulu weather. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 22.20. Altimeter 299er 6. Visual approach runway 5. Use caution bird and wildlife activity
Perfect. So now you can flip it
vicinity.
back, and we can monitor ground if you want. So you just press on COM1 mic, and that's gonna flip also the mic on COM1. There you go.
Okay, so we are using information hotel.
And Naples clearance, such at 902, IFR to Midway.
Sky is clear, visibility is 10.
No, the winds are calm. The sea is for calm. Yeah.
Yeah, winds are calm.
Yep.
Clouds are clear. Visibility is 10 square miles.
Okay.
Exact at 902,
Temperature
Naples
is
ground clear to
22, dew
Chicago
point
Midway.
is 20.
Yep.
Via radar vectors Mookie, direct
29.96 is good.
Perfect.
direct Hilti,
Wanna make sure this one is the same.
direct Diener,
Perfect.
direct James,
And then we're using runway 5.
join Quebec
Yes, sir.
118,
Okay?
then as
perfect.
filed. Climb and maintain 2000,
messy.
expect flight
That
level
is perfect. No, it's not messy.
40010
You did it
minutes
in
after
a order,
departure.
so that's perfectly fine.
Departure
I
frequency
use 4 flights as a built-in.
134.42,
Where is
squawk
it?
6073.
My scratch pad, right? So if I'm using the scratch pad, I can already use the
Alright, clear to Midway via
the
radar
80s,
vectors Mookie,
sample.
Hilti,
So I'm just filling in, the information,
James,
hotel, time, whatever.
Climb
Winds,
maintain
calm,
2000,
visibility,
expect
10. You see, so I
400
already have
after.
here for the winds where I'm coming from, intensity,
4.42,
gust factor.
squawk
For the sky,
6073.
I can just already
Such at 902.
circle. If it's clear, I can just
read
put
back is
sky
correct.
clear. Perfect. Temperature 2220 tonight. That way I'm more organized. So you can use that. You can use that whatever you want to.
Yeah. First time.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna you're gonna find your own way to do things.
Okay, so I've got ATIS. Altimeter is set. Airspeed. I don't know how you set that, but
Again, airspeed.
Zero?
Okay, this is one of the planes. 100 and 100 they have to match. You see, some of these planes they have these rotary.
okay. 100 and 100.
Yeah, you just want to match 100 with 100.
Okay. Altitude and direction indicators are set, so this is west. I don't see, that's altitude.
So okay, so how we do that? I
Yep.
like to go in an order. I'm looking
Naples
at the clock.
ground,
If
Sirius
it's ticking
November
this
760
VFR, we
Romeo.
don't need the clock ticking, but I like to know if it's working
November
or not.
762 Alpha
Airspeed
Romeo,
is
Naples ground.
indicating 0. We are not
Ground
moving, so
760
that's good.
Romeo at
Indicating
Naples
0.
Dead Center
We are blue
with the
over
weather.
brown within 5 degrees
like
of
the
pitch.
taxi for
Looking
VFR
good with that.
departure to the north, and we'd like to get
Altimeter,
flight
both of
following
them,
if
they are set
possible.
as per 80s, right? And they are indicating an altitude within 75 feet
November
of the
762 Alpha
airport
Romeo,
elevation,
Roger, and what's your
which I'm happy
destination?
with. Wings are
Weather
level,
North
ball is
Carolina,
centered,
Kilo
HSI is
Sierra,
facing a
Oscar,
non-direction,
Papa.
which is west, 273,
Number 762
and we are
Alpha
pretty
Romeo,
much
Roger,
there,
what
so
altitude
they are
would you
within
like?
10 degrees of each other,
5,000,
no bubble leaks or
760
cracks,
Romeo.
Alright,
and then
5500
PSI
VFR.
indicates
You
0.
ready to taxi?
So that's all.
5500 correct, and ready
So I'll
to
set the
taxi
heading
for
bug to the
760
runway at 5.
762
Yes,
Alpha
sir.
Romeo, runway 5 at Delta 1 intersection, taxi via Delta, cross 14.
Runway 5 at Delta 1 via Delta across 14, 760
I press it or just leave it?
No, just do it.
Okay. Taxi.
Taxi, now we are ready to taxi. Yeah, we did our first check, so what we're going to do, we're going to release our brake and we're going to let the plane move a little bit. You check your brakes first. No need, you're not driving a car, so I'm trying to, that's a bad habit for us pilots, on ground trying to steer the plane. So there we go, so just release the brakes. No need for the knob. Just pull a bit.
November 762 Alpha Romeo, departure frequency 134.42.
Brake
Oh,
with
sorry,
the...
sorry, I'm using the rudders.
Yeah, there you go.
I was like, why is it not braking?
There you go.
760
Cool.
Alpha Romeo,
My
departure
controls?
frequency is 13442
My controls.
and squawk
Your controls.
1451.
My controls. So you release
Feedback is correct.
take your feet away. If I have control, I have to take also the pedals. Yeah. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just adding. You see, I'm controlling the speed of my plane through the throttle. This is why. This is where I want to have my hand, next to the throttle, not on the yoke.
Naples ground,
this one,
good morning.
gonna keep it here.
Cessna,
Taking power out.
55 at
Gonna
Air
check
Center,
my brakes.
taxi to be active
Perfect.
for
I'm
a
checking my
northwestbound
brakes,
departure
works.
with hotel.
Once I stopped, power back to 1000 RPM immediately. And I'm
Air
ready
Center
to move
55,
on.
Naples ground, runway
So,
5, taxi
I'm gonna
via
give
Alpha,
you
cross
controls
runway
back.
14.
Okay.
Okay?
I have controls.
Yes.
Don't need this.
Right hand here. Left hand, whatever you want, but not on the yoke.
Okay, so which
And
way are we heading?
We're gonna let the plane move slightly, and we're gonna go here, take a little bit of right.
Rudder or
Right
brake?
rudder, right rudder. Right rudder. If you're getting too fast, close the power. There you go. A little bit more right rudder. Watch your wing. There you go. And remember this canal I was telling you about.
Getting on the center line?
No, don't get on the center line. Here, this canal. You can stop here, take power out, and stop, brake.
Rome, Georgia, that's Romeo
There we go. And we want to be in a position where the tower can see us. Now.
I've lost the pen. It's okay.
Okay, let's find it, because I don't want you to.
We're
You need it?
64793,
No, I use this
Naples
one.
ground.
I'll do this another time.
Cleared to the
so
Rome airport.
Back to
Via
1000
radar vectors,
RPM.
Rogan.
And now we're going to have to get
Romeo Oscar, Golf Alpha November.
our sectional, right? Our airport
Yankee,
diagram.
Echo, Lima, Lima, Zulu. Tango
Or you can just do
349.
perfect. So this is where we are.
X-Way.
So we are at Naples Air Center ramp, and we are going to request
Alpha
taxi
Yankee,
for a south
cross
departure
city,
with
MS
information.
Maintain 2000, expect
remember what
6000,
information was?
10 minutes
50?
after departure.
Information hotel.
Departure frequency 134.42. Squawk
So we don't tell them.
5772.
We don't tell them the runway. They know the runway.
So we are requesting taxi.
For a VFR south departure.
We're requesting taxi for VFR South departure on Information Hotel.
With Information Hotel.
With
yes,
Information Hotel.
Yes,
So
sir.
they are Naples Tower? No,
Naples ground.
Naples ground. So Naples ground, Air Center 70.
Yes. So if you want to repeat once, it's perfectly fine. So it's going to be Naples ground, Air Center 70 at Naples Air Center ramp, requesting taxi for a VFR departure to the south with Information Hotel.
Very simple, but in my mind.
Write it down.
Okay, so Naples ground.
Naples ground.
This is Air Center.
You don't say this is. You just say Air Center 70.
Air Center 70 at
Naples ramp, Air Center ramp.
Air Center ramp.
Requesting taxi.
To
No,
requesting
you don't
taxi.
say requesting taxi
With information H.
for a VFR departure. VFR departure to the south with Information Hotel. With
Okay.
hotel.
So Naples ground, Air Center 70 at
Air Center 70.
Air Center 70 at Air Center ramp, requesting taxi, VFR departure to south with Information Hotel.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna put the volume a little bit higher, and whenever you're ready.
Naples ground, Air Center 70 at Air Center ramp, requesting taxi, VFR departure to south with hotel information.
Air Center 70, Naples ground, runway 5, taxi via Alpha, cross 14.
Respond.
Runway 5, say just that.
Runway 5.
Via Alpha, cross 14.
Via Alpha, cross 14.
Air Center 70.
Air Center 70.
There you go, sir. Thank you. I was just trying to, give you. Perfect. Now we have to start moving, so release the brakes. The moment they clear you, we have no more time to sit here.
Okay, so we're going.
Release the brakes, and we're just gonna take Alpha, which is right here, checking around us. Nothing to the right, nothing to the left. Now we can go a little bit towards the center. We don't want to cut that corner. We're gonna take Alpha, and we're gonna taxi all the way to 5. So clear to the right. Always say this out loud.
Clear to the right.
Clear to the left.
Clear
Perfect.
to the left.
We're turning left on Alpha. And I don't know if you heard, he already cleared us to cross the runway 14.
Yes, I didn't write it down, but I heard it.
Perfect. Yeah, so that's a very important clearance. Otherwise, you're not allowed to cross any runways unless you hear that specifically. So at this point, we're just gonna taxi via Alpha. We're gonna have to cross runway 14 at one point and all the way down to 5.
Where's 14?
I'll show
you
you
show
once
me.
we get there. Yep. So try to maintain center line.
On my chest?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And all the adjustments, you can make them smoothly, you know. Anything that happens, you know, if you feel uncomfortable, you're getting too fast or something, first thing you do, you take power out. Second, you move your feet up and apply brake, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so next one you see, if you're looking at the sign there, you have black on yellow leads a fellow. That tells you that Bravo is crossing perpendicular, so we're going to cross that. And then we have these lights, and you see there, 3214. So we are on Alpha, and we're about to cross 3214. That means crossing runway, so clear to the left, clear to the right. We've been cleared to cross it. We're not going to delay. No delays over the runway, that's perfect. And that's another thing, if you want to move a little bit faster, you can just give it a little bit of power and then take it immediately back.
I'm used to driving on the road on the...
Yeah. I've never tried that, to be honest. I've been so many times, to so many countries, but I've never drove on the left side. Is it left side?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you live now?
Kenya.
Kenya? Oh, fucking awesome.
Yeah.
How come you live in Kenya?
We work in missions.
Okay.
As missionaries, so we have a...
Oh, I'm sorry, and I'm cursing right here.
No, it's okay. We have a plane that we go to remote places in Sudan, Kenya, Ethiopia, those places.
That's pretty awesome. I've been once to Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Holiday, like safari or?
No, I was a flight attendant living in Abu Dhabi, so our airline used to fly there.
Oh, nice.
I've been to Nigeria, South Africa. I've been to Morocco a few times, Kenya, and what else? I don't remember.
If you're a flight attendant, I'm sure you've been a lot of places.
Yeah, I was lucky enough.
468 Lima Charlie, Naples ground, clear to the Raleigh-Durham Airport via
straight,
vectors Rogan.
Yes. So you see, that's remember like we had the run-up area, so slow down, take power out, keep a little bit of ride, and there you go, you're already applying a little bit of brake, that's perfect. So now we're going to have to smoothly get our spot there. You see that guy with the banana that didn't leave a lot of space, but my controls, I'm going to help you with this one, okay? So at this point, I'm still letting the plane roll, but I'm controlling my speed with the brakes. And I'm going to stay close here, so...
Alright, 468 Lima Charlie, clear back to Raleigh-Durham, radar vectors to Rogan, then Pulek, Orlando,
these guys didn't leave enough room for us, and I don't want to get stuck between them either. So I'm holding like right full. I'm trying to pivot on my wheel, so that means I have to use differential braking as well. That's
468 Lima Charlie, it sounds like you said something after Deucin, it's just Deucin, Quebec 87,
level.
And then between there
and we're moving to our run-up or power checks.
I had in the box here. After Deucin, that's the next fixes, but after Deucin, Q87, VIAP.
Roger, good read back.
Power checks. Okay.
Okay, so first thing is?
Brake on park.
There you go.
Okay, throttle 1,000.
Yes, sir. I don't know how to get those lights.
No, it's okay.
I'm going to have to ask somebody when we come back.
Wait.
Don't chase, don't worry too much about it.
Okay. Fuel selector change to fullest tank. It's on the left tank.
So let's change it. We always wait. We always change it here.
4 steps.
Yeah,
so fuel pump on.
Control with Romeo and requesting flight following to Marathon.
Go to the right.
There you go. We heard the click.
Click. I'm checking the fuel pressure here. It's flashing.
Fuel pump goes. No, that's not what's flashing.
Identifier
oil. Oh, that's the oil pressure.
Yeah.
Sierra Charlie
Off.
-7 for 642.
Good, and our fuel pressure still stays in the green. Good.
Skyvin 642,
That's
Mike
fuel.
Roger, taxi to runway 14 via Charlie and stand by on
check
this frequency
clear for run-up area, so checking behind us.
Clear right, clear
Yep,
left.
clear.
By 642.
Okay, mixture full rich.
Okay, though.
Yep.
Throttle 2000. Keep my feet on the brakes or no?
Nope, no, because it might deactivate the parking brake.
Okay. Oops, there's a thing there. 2000. Okay. Temp screen.
Checking the screen again.
1, 2, 3, 4, check. Warning lights.
Warning lights would be in that corner. There are no warning lights.
Carb heat.
Carb heat. So carb heat, put it on. There you go. No, that's, I'm sorry. It's all good. This is the carb heat. You didn't do anything, you know. Carb heat, we are just checking for a small drop in the RPM. If you have a small drop, perfect, put it back off.
4.42.
Okay, magnetos left.
Yeah, so we're going to take the key and we're going to do 1, 2 to the left.
1, 2.
Perfect, and we're going to check the RPM. We have a drop of approximately 80, 90. Good, we're good. 1, 2 to the right.
Have a good day.
Back on board. Now we're going to check the... Yeah, we're going to do once only. Again, we have a drop in approximately the same area. Perfect. We're going to can go back to both. Then that was it. What we are checking, the RPM to be less than drop. The drop should be less than 175, and within 50 of each other. So
50 of each other. Okay.
Yeah, 50 of each other.
Okay. Throttle. Oil pressure. Yellow arc. 500.
So throttle idle. We're going to bring the throttle all the way back.
Oh, idle. Okay.
All the way back and.
November 468 Lima Charlie, Naples Ground, runway 5.
And you don't stall it if you bring it back?
No, no, no. You can bring it. Perfect. All the way in the back. And you see oil pressure went in the yellow.
Yep.
So, good. Now back to 1000 RPM. And that's it with the checklist.
Okay.
Now we are already here, we are about to take off, so I'm not gonna, you know, this mixture lean, I'm not enforcing it unless you're gonna spend a lot of time here, but which I don't see the case.
Okay.
Then radio navigation, we're not really supposed, at this point you have everything set up, you have the radio set up, so that's what we are checking.
Okay.
Flight instruments, that's number 14.
Yep.
Flight instruments, we're just doing a quick look at all the instruments, making sure there are no red X's, no flags. So that means they are working fine. Seatbelts, shoulder harness, again, checked. We're good. We both have our seatbelts, right?
Yep.
Perfect.
Rudder, stabilizer, flaps down.
Yeah, so flaps down, down, rudder stabilizer. We just want to make sure, for this rudder stabilizer trim. So we do have a rudder trim. We don't usually touch it. We don't use that one. And for our stabilizer trim, we just want to make sure it's in neutral. It looks pretty good.
You want it back halfway or no? You want this line back here or no?
Oh, it shouldn't be that back there. No, you see this white dot?
Yeah.
That's where it should be maximum. But again, they are sometimes they're not properly adjusted.
Okay, captain's brief in case of an abort plan. I'm not too sure on that. I cannot fully remember what you said yesterday.
Yeah. So I'll make one, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so in case of any abnormality prior to rotation, I'm just going to cut the throttle, we're going to brake straight ahead and abort the takeoff. We'll take it from there if we have to exit or if you can or not exit the runway. In case of abnormality, after rotation with enough runway remaining to stop, I'm just going to close the throttle, land straight ahead, and again apply brakes as required aboard the takeoff. Now, these were abnormalities. Now we're moving to more serious stuff. In case of engine failure after rotation with no more runway available, I'm just going to look for a best place, and we are below 1,000 feet. I'm going to look for the best place to land in front of us, no more than 30 degrees to the left or right. Yep. And there are some Gulf fields there. And in case of engine failure above 1,000 feet, I'm just going to try to turn back and land on any runway available in the airport. I'm going to make sure I'm making all the mayday calls that the tower knows, and I'm just going to try to put the plane down in any safe place on the airport. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
Perfect. Now, next point.
Radios?
Yeah, it says set to?
Set to tower.
Perfect, so we're just going to switch to tower frequency. Amazing.
Okay. Door and window.
I'll take care of the door, you take care of the window.
Okay. Before takeoff. Takeoff time?
I don't write that down.
Okay. Fuel pump, mixture rich.
So, no, fuel pump.
Fuel pump on.
Okay.
Tower, good morning. Flight is 468 Lima Charlie. We are
Okay,
ready to
mixture on full ridge.
November 468 Lima Charlie, Naples Tower, roger.
Landing light if required, it's not required. Pitot heater if required, not required. Anti-collision lights on, they are on.
Yep. Skyhawk at departure.
Transponder test out.
No need to test it, make sure it's on 12. It's on ground, it's going to switch to flight.
Course heading gonna be?
Okay, departure clearance if required.
So departure clearance is where we are taking for takeoff clearance. Where we're requesting takeoff clearance. So now that we are all set, we can release the parking brake, we can move to the hold short line. There you go. And by the way, if you're holding the brakes, you know, they communicate, they share the same reservoir. So let go of the brakes, you see, they actually communicate. So that's why I was telling you, if you have the parking brake set and you're going to press on the brakes, you can actually release it.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to move there. Let's go to the right a little bit. No need of power to add power. The plane is moving right.
We're holding short, or are we holding short of the stop?
We're going to hold short there of the runway. So we're going all the way to the right. We want to intercept this center line. And now we're turning, and now you can start braking. Start braking, and you never want to cross. I would stop always in a position where you can see the line.
Okay.
Now we're holding short, and whenever you're ready, the call is going to sound something like that. Naples Tower, Air Center 70, holding short, runway 5 at Alpha, ready for departure.
Holding short, runway 5?
Holding short 5 at Alpha.
Lima Charlie, going to departure. You guys have a great
Ready
week.
for departure.
All right, take care.
You see, I'm actually looking here. Naples Tower, that's who I'm talking to. Air Center 70, holding short, runway 5 at Alpha, ready for departure.
I see you up at the line. You
I'll just run through it one more time.
He will just ask us if we're ready.
Okay. We ready?
You can say it.
Naples Tower, Air Center 70, holding short, runway 5 at Alpha, ready for departure.
70 Naples Tower, turn right on course, runway 5, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Naples Tower.
Runway 5. Clear for takeoff, runway 5.
Clear for takeoff, runway 5,
Air Center 70. There you go.
November 9
Release your brakes.
Cherokee on departure,
Power.
runway 5, clear to land.
Runway 5, clear to land, 239.
So the moment we get the clearance, we have to start moving. We can't delay anymore. So it's either if you just release the brakes, that's enough. There you go. You're taking power out, you're turning, turn. You can a little bit cut this short. There we go, center line, applying full power, and don't worry, I'll be with you on the controls, okay? Heels on the floor, engine instruments are in the green, right rudder, airspeed is alive, right rudder to stay on the center line. Okay. There you go. Everything looks good, and we're approaching our rotation speed, which is about 55. Smoothly, just a little bit. Bring the yoke back. A little bit more. A bit more. More. There you go. A little bit more. Beautiful. And that's it. We're going to stay in this position at 79. What?
Okay, 79, going
Perfect.
up to 700.
Going up to 700, yes sir. Keep that 79, we're climbing smoothly. Door didn't lock properly, but I'll take care of this after takeoff. This is not an emergency.
Okay.
Okay, just making clear. 79, pull back a little bit more.
300.
Yeah, keep the power pushed in.
Pushed in, sorry.
There you go, we have to have all the power. Pull back. Keep a little bit of right, rather. There you go, that's it. 79.
500. This is where you might turn sometimes. I'll go up to 700 if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Checking left, checking right.
Amazing. Cool.
600. As we approach 700, I'll do a left-hand turn.
Yes, sir.
And I'll maintain throttle and pitch.
Yeah, so that's what you want. Your hand should be here pushing on the throttle, pushing forward on the throttle. There you go.
Stand.
And right turn. I'm sorry, we're going to the south. He said right turn approved.
Right turn? Sorry.
Yes, sir. 90 degrees of bank is perfect. And you see, we should check our airspeed. I mean, we are
75.
Yeah, we are perfectly safe. We're looking good. Keep on that turn coming. 20 degrees of bank.
Tower, Cup 59, Juliet Victor, ready at Alpha.
59 Juliet Victor, Naples Tower, hold short, runway 5.
Holding short of 5.
That turn coming until we point towards south. Now we are in a turn right now. I would advise you doing in the turn after takeoff checklist. We can do it once we get ourselves leveled. So south, just like yesterday, is going to point to those buildings right there. So now we can level off. We have those buildings. We have the nose touching. Let's keep the nose up. Keep the nose up.
You want to keep climbing?
Yeah.
Okay.
You keep on climbing.
9 wishing Mike back to Rex.
Hey, firm.
There you go.
Turn left,
One hand only. Is it hard? Mike.
Problem, ground point.
Yeah. So no, it's okay. I just wanted to make sure you don't have to. It's out of. Because sometimes if it's out of trim, you have to work a lot more. But no, you can maintain that. If you want to help yourself, you can take the wheel trim and do a little bit of nose up. There you go. Perfect. And let's try to keep that 79 knots.
59 Juliet Victor, turn right on course, runway 5 clear.
Okay, we're at 85.
Okay, there you go. Very good. Now let's do after takeoff checklist, and that contains.
After takeoff checklist, direction gyro on stabilized center.
Yeah, we're good. We're flying towards those buildings. We're good. If you want to put your directional gyro on it, the HSI, we're looking good. Perfect. What's next?
Timer.
No, that's a takeoff. After takeoff.
Positive rate of climb, check, yes.
Yep.
Flaps up, no.
Flaps are up.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, yep. Temperature pressure's in the green. Yep. Okay. Fuel pump at 1,000 feet.
Yeah, so we are already at 2,000. Fuel pump will go off.
Okay, off. Fuel pump off at 2,000. Check my direction a bit. I'll just turn.
Okay, let's go towards the buildings. Yeah, because we got, of course, and there we go. 17. We want that 79 also. So pull back a little bit. Pull back on the yoke just a little bit to get to 79.
Okay, going for 7,900.
And we're climbing all the way to 2,500. At 2,500 we can level up.
Okay. Fuel pressure is the last one, and that is check. So climbing to. What were you saying about 7,500?
Did I say anything about 7,500?
Maybe
no,
speed.
2,500.
2,000. Okay.
You can level off at 2,500.
Okay, 2,500 leveling off. So first we're going to put the nose down.
Just smoothly. There you go.
We're going to reduce the RPM to 2,300.
Yes, sir. You can do it a bit faster. Don't pull on the yoke. Don't pull on the yoke. Relax your left hand, right hand. Bring the power fast.
Okay.
There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
So control now. Just your altitude, getting back on 2,500, which
Let
is
settle
good.
a bit.
Let it settle a little bit. And as you said, let's do a double check. Yeah, RPM is still a little bit high. There you go. Perfect. And we want to get our altitude under control, so we want to be at 2,500. We are at 2,600. That goes back down a little bit.
Okay, so I'll just adjust a little bit with pitch.
Yep. The plane is already descending, so it's looking pretty good.
Center 71 on the Arnav Bravo, circle 25.
Checking around me.
71 Naples Tower.
Perfect.
Roger, report circling for your
keep a little bit of right rudder always in it. There we go. So that might help you. Now let's see what the plane wants to do. If you let go, you see there is a small tendency to climb, so just a tiny bit of nose down. But again, we can't really judge it so fast. We don't want to fly the plane with the trim. We first want to adjust it, hold it there, and then we trim to release the pressure. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We are not controlling our pitch with our trim. Yep. We are controlling our pitch with our yoke.
Yep.
Once we are maintaining that altitude beautifully, then we just release the pressure with the trim. Cool. Perfect. Let's turn a little bit to the right and let's get over the water there.
Okay. turning to the right.
Yep. Get me there over the water, again facing south, but over the water. And after that, I'm gonna take over. You're gonna run me through the Hazel checklist, which is a mandatory checklist before our maneuvers.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna introduce you to the maneuvers. Okay?
Okay.
Now we have this message. Fuel. We can change the fuel tank. Why not? I'm gonna put the fuel pump on.
Fuel pump on. Changing to left.
Go. You felt the click.
Checking oil, fuel pressure. It's all good. Turning it off.
And
it's remaining in the green.
Perfect. Now,
Okay, maintaining a level flight.
You are maintaining great level flight. That's perfectly fine. Now we're gonna start to look for the checklist called Hazel. It's gonna be a little bit more ahead. Yeah, there. And there you go. So that's a checklist we have to do before each maneuver. Now we have to do clearing turns technically before each maneuver. We do this checklist only once before we start doing maneuvers, before our first maneuver.
Okay.
After that, we just want to have to make sure we are doing the clearing turns before each and every maneuver.
Okay.
So
we do the turns first and then
No, we can start with that. So okay. Height.
Okay, we are safe height for maneuver and for all recovery.
Yeah, so I'm always gonna take you above 2,000 feet. The school the FAA wants at least 1,500 feet. The school TCO wants at least 2,000 feet. I'm always gonna bring you above that. Okay, I'm never gonna stay on that limit. Okay. And I advise you to also choose always an altitude above that. I find 2,500 perfect.
Okay.
Then we're looking at airframe, set configuration, pitch and power for 85 to 90 knots. We are in a perfect configuration right now. We are maintaining altitude. We are at 90. No. That's perfectly fine. You know why? Because you're descending a bit. So if I'm correcting a little bit on that, you're gonna see my airspeed is gonna come 90, 92. I'm more than happy with that.
Okay.
Okay. Security, we're looking for loose objects. So we're looking, we have some loose objects, but we don't have anything heavy that might hit us in our head. Yep. Then we have engine, temperature and pressure. They're all in the green. Yep. Perfect. And then we have, mixture, best power, mixtures, and fuel pump on.
Yep.
Fuel pump on. We're going to correct a little bit on the altitude and we're doing good. Perfect. Location, now we're looking, where are we? Now I'm going to take the big knob, move it all the way to the right, and I'm checking nearest airports. I have Marco at 7 miles, I have some others. So the nearest airport is 7 miles. I'm a good distance from any airport. Am I close to any, so airspace, that's any airport, build-up areas and obstacles.
No.
So I'm pretty high, I'm not really concerned about that. Then we have cloud separation with no clouds today. I just want to make sure with the way I'm doing my maneuvers, I'm not going to get into clouds.
Yep.
And then danger areas or restricted warning military areas. We do not have any of those around here. So we're good with that. I'm going to take controls now.
Okay, you have controls?
My controls. And what I'm going to do right now, get back on smoothly on my altitude, 2,500. And I'm doing my lookout turn. So I have to do at least 2 90 degrees turns or 180 at least. What I'm doing right now, I'm started with a turn to the left. I was flying towards west, so I keep track of that. I'm turning and I'm doing a left turn. I can do more than 90. No, that's why I'm saying at least 90 degrees.
Okay.
So I'm actually doing more. I'm going to the east. Okay, checking. Nobody's around me. Perfect. Nobody behind me. I'm gonna go back now. So I turn to the east, now I'm going to turn to the south, maintaining the altitude, my airspeed looking pretty good, and I'm matching my clearing turns. That way when I stop, I finish, I have an actual visual reference point. Now I finish my clearing turns, I have a visual reference point. Those tall buildings, however, I'm not overpopulated area, right?
Yep.
So I'm just going to set my heading bug. My altitude is 2,500 and my clearing turns are done. I'm ready to enter into my maneuver. I'm going to start with a clean configuration slow flight. So if you don't mind your hand, I'm going to need to get here. So perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to reduce some of that power, and I'm getting approximately 2,000. I'm not even sure about the RPMs. I'm just reducing the power, and while I'm doing that, the plane starts to slow down. However, in order for me to maintain altitude, I have to increase my back pressure. Yeah, so I'm going to work a little bit with that trim, and I'm maintaining altitude. I'm getting to 70, and I want to get all the way close to 60 to 65. So you see, as I'm pitching up to trying to maintain the altitude, my RPM is also decreasing a little bit. So it's kind of helping. It's going to do some of the job for me. Keep on pitching up, and I'm trying to maintain that altitude. I'm maintaining my heading. And there we go. I got into 60 to 65, 2,500 feet. I added a little bit of power.
040-2000.
So I just added a little bit of power. Now, depending on the day, could be more or less 2,000 RPM.
Okay.
And now I'm in what's called clean configuration.
Yep.
Slow flight.
Yep.
I'm in clean configuration slow flight. I'm using a little bit of right rudder, a little bit of right aileron, just a tiny bit. You barely see it. And I'm to stay on my heading. And if you see now my airspeed, I'm going to control it with my pitch. If I'm lowering my pitch, my airspeed is increasing. If I'm increasing my pitch, my airspeed is going to be decreasing. So you see how smoothly I'm doing this? Very, very smoothly, very small changes. And then my altitude, now I'm on perfect airspeed. I can keep my pitch a little bit more, but I increase my altitude a little bit. That means it tells me I have too much power. So I'm going to take a little bit of power back, because I want to descend back to 2,500 feet. So I got the power back to 2,000, and if I'm maintaining this pitch to maintain 63 knots, it's right in the middle between 60 and 65, and I find that easy to guide myself. I remove some power. My plane is gonna start descending smoothly. You see, smoothly starts descending. I don't know if you notice, the trend is quite shallow. There you go. I'm not rushing. It's called slow flight for a reason. Everything happens really slowly. Now this is in clean configuration. Clean configuration, you have to be a little bit more accurate or precise, but it's not a big deal. It's kind of the same. We are
information in the
on the reverse side of the power curve. So that's what it means by that. Now I got to my altitude. I'm going to introduce a little bit more power just to maintain the altitude right now.
Yep.
I'm still controlling my airspeed with my pitch.
Yep.
Perfect.
So the goal of the exercise is to try and fly at 65.
The goal of the exercise is
and not lose your altitude.
Yeah, it's for you to stay on the altitude and the airspeed you said, and you control the plane smoothly. Now let's say I want to turn. I'm going to have to demonstrate that. Okay, 210. I'm just going to turn smoothly, and I'm doing really, really shallow turns. I'm doing maybe 5 to 10 degrees of bank. Definitely not more than 10. I see I'm descending a little bit, adding a little bit of power. Now why is that happening? Because I'm exchanging some of my vertical lift to the horizontal in order to turn, so that's why. But I'm doing really shallow, and I'm checking outside what's happening. My nose, I'm checking, is on the horizon right there, so it hasn't moved too much. It's perfect. I'm maintaining altitude pretty well. I'm getting on my heading. I'm just going to level the wings smoothly, and I'm always anticipating that. I'm doing it really smoothly. It's slow flight. There's no point for me to rush, and that is in clean configuration slow flight. Now, if I want to recover, I'm just gonna increase the power, and as I increase the power, the plane, because it's trimmed to keep the nose up, you see the plane wants to climb, airspeed is increasing, so I'm just gonna let it stay on this altitude. I'm gonna push the nose down, pushing the nose down. I have to trim nose down again. I got to a proper speed, pretty good. I can bring it back to 2,300.
Charlie clear for takeoff, proceed on course.
So I recovered with full power to the point I got back on my desired airspeed and altitude, and I'm bringing back to a known setting, 2,300. I'm maintaining altitude, and now I'm trimming the plane out of it. Pretty easy, right? I mean, seems fair enough, right?
Yeah, and it'll all depend on the wind, huh? Into wind. And
you might have a little bit of difference you know, about the wind. That's why RPM is not always going to be
you fly it by, yeah, understand.
Yeah, you have to feel it, and you have to make really smooth corrections because your controls get a little bit mushier when you're doing that. So now we're pretty good. I'm still trying to trim a little bit. You see how I still see differences, you know, or patterns, or like, and I'm adjusting myself smoothly. Good. We're gonna do our clearing turns, and we can do this clearing turn like a 180. Okay. And you have controls.
I have controls.
And try to maintain 2,500 as good as possible, or as close. One hand only, 20 degrees of bank, looking to the left and turning to the left. Now make sure you're not pulling back on the control too much as you're turning.
I'm trying to maintain 2.5.
Perfect. And 20 degrees of bank, so we can turn a little bit.
Oh, steeper than a standard.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, that's about 20. Looking left,
good,
checking
looking
altitude.
outside. So we're going all the way from a south-ish heading to a north-ish heading, so that's going to be like a 180. Perfect. The faster you move it, the more it's gonna move at once. There you go. And yeah, don't worry about the exact location. Find first the visual reference point and then match it with your heading bug.
Okay.
There we go. And you can use the shoreline maybe.
Okay, using the shoreline. Straightening out, checking altitude, 2.5. Good.
That's perfect. Now let's match the heading bug. Perfect. And now we're gonna get into slow flight. So
okay. Slow, so I'm just checking around me.
You just did?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna reduce the RPMs to about 2,000, not exactly.
Yep.
And then as I begin to sink, I'm gonna try and pull the nose up to not lose too much altitude. I've slowed down a bit too much there.
No, it's all good. Don't worry too much. You're gonna feel it and see what's happening.
I'm dropping some altitude, so I'm gonna fight to keep it at 2.5. Airspeed is at 70.
Yep. Stay on the heading at the same time, a little bit of right.
Yeah, a little bit of right.
There you go, that's it, perfect. Pull back a bit more on the control
to slow down.
Cooling shore, runway 5 at Alpha ready.
Pull back more on the control, because you want to maintain that altitude.
Okay, I'm at 65.
Perfect, and bring the power back in to around 2,000 RPM.
Power back in to around 2,000. Slowing down to 60.
There you go, that's perfect. Now
I'm just going to balance it with 65.
Perfect.
I'm off my heading a little bit. I'm going to use rudder to correct and turn a little bit.
239 Mike, proceed on course.
Staying at 2.5.
Cliff takeoff.
A little bit of right rudder, a little bit of right aileron. There you go, to keep the wings level. You're maintaining great. Now, if you do need to trim to help yourself, if you're applying too much pressure, please do that.
Okay, maintaining a speed of roughly 65.
That's perfect. That's perfect. You see like how the controls are a lot mushier the moment you touch them, like.
Yeah.
We're gonna do like a small turn to 030 for the beginning.
Okay, 03 turn. Just checking right.
Yep.
And a very shallow turn, not more than 10 degrees or so.
Exactly.
A little bit steeper. Okay, keeping an eye on my altitude and my speed, 65.
So don't get more than 10 degrees. You always have to bring the yoke back, because otherwise your bank is going to keep on increasing. Good. Your hand, you're done with the trim, put your hand back close to the throttle.
Okay.
There you go, you're on the heading, level the wing.
Heading, leveling out a bit slowly.
Perfect.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Altitude.
And now I just want you to recover.
Okay, gonna recover, we're gonna go full speed.
Yeah,
and then we're gonna full power, and then we're just gonna drop, push the nose down to level.
Just to maintain the altitude.
Maintain the altitude.
Push the nose.
Push down, push nose.
Push the nose.
I want to dive or I want to go...
No, you don't want to dive, you just want to maintain altitude. Okay, so use the trim now to release some of the pressure. Quickly. There you go. And you got a good airspeed, power back to 2,300.
Power back to 2,300.
Push the nose down because you're still climbing. Perfect, and now you can
adjust my trims
more if you want to. Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'm still climbing a bit.
Ah, that's fine. So correct. If you're climbing, you're correcting a little bit. I never take it to the brown, however, I do take it to that line there, to the 0 line.
Okay.
That is enough for me to correct. I don't have to do anything crazy. I mean, I do sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, my goal is usually just to take it here to the 0 line, correct for that, and that's it. Cool, perfect. My controls?
Your controls.
That was really good. I'm gonna do another clearing turns and then I'm gonna do another slow flight, but this time in landing configuration. That means with flaps, the same like we would be configured to land. So I'm checking the area to the left around me. And if you do want to see traffic, you're not, I don't know if you're not connected to the transponder. I'll show you how we're gonna do that, okay, later on.
Okay, so it's not the iPad that gets you the thing, it's the transponder?
Yeah, so there's a Wi-Fi network.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm just doing my clearing turns right now. I'm turning perfect, and I'm gonna have get a heading 2500. We're good with that. Again, I don't want to go over populated area. I did my clearing turns. I looked outside. I have my heading box set, and everything is ready. I'm gonna slow down again. So this time I'm gonna bring the power to around 2000 RPM, maintaining the altitude. And this time I'm gonna add flaps. So 2000, I'm gonna add first notch, push the nose down, second notch, push the nose down to maintain altitude, third notch, push the nose down to maintain altitude, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna...
This is slow flying in unconfigured.
This is in a landing configuration, configured because we added flaps. So 2000 RPM now, I'm on my altitude, my airspeed is decreasing. It's pretty good. I had to increase a little bit of power because now I added so much drag.
Yep.
This time I didn't have to add too much power so far, 2170, 2200 I would say. Usually you have to bring it around to 2300. We are still descending a little bit, so yes, a little bit more power. I guess we are getting closer to 2300. So that's the funny part, because now we are in slow flight. We are really slow, maintaining altitude, but we have the power which you had previously at 90 knots, right? All that is because of the flaps, yeah, the drags we induced. I didn't have to trim too much. The plane it's already pretty good, well trimmed. The moment you're adding flaps, your center of pressure on the wings is changing, so you don't actually have to trim too much. So we're pretty good. You see, I can let go 62. I want to do some left turns, for example. I'm just gonna use a little bit of right rudder. So sometimes I'm just keeping my hand here close to it, but I'm actually controlling with my rudder. Why? Because it gives me, I just add a little bit and then I'm taking some back with my left, because I don't want to get too much into a back, so I started my turn, the plane is now in a turning motion, and now I'm controlling it with my left feet, how much I'm allowing it to back. Okay, I'm getting on my heading, smoothly bringing the plane out, and I'm still letting it a little bit come in, all the way to 209, and perfect. Now it wants to climb, and my airspeed is decreasing, so I'm just pushing the nose a little bit down. I'm on my heading. I'm perfect. I'm in slow flight. Now, if I want to, let's say this time I want to climb, yeah? So instead of 2,500, I want to go, for example, 2,800. Yeah, let's put it 800. I'm just going to increase the power really smoothly, and as I do so, I have to increase my pitch to maintain that 63 knots. So, okay, I increased my pitch a little bit too much, so I'm pushing the nose down smoothly, and I'm smoothly climbing, maintaining my airspeed with my pitch, and rest, the plane is taking care of it. It's just climbing. But you see how I added power? It was really slowly this time, not like huge. Usually I'm like right on it, pretty fast. This time, no need for that.
Yep.
Looking pretty good on that. We're climbing. Oh, I'm slowing down, which is perfectly fine. I used to do this at 50 to 55. This school wants them a little bit faster, so we are very safe. And we're getting 2,800. Perfect. I'm gonna start bringing the power back to whatever power I knew it was working before, 2,300 approximately, and I'm maintaining that. My pitch also had to go down just a little bit, and look at that, I'm in slow flight at 61, 62. Yeah, and altitude I'm maintaining it. If I'm climbing a bit, I'm adjusting smoothly. I'm pretty good on my heading. I can do a left turn. If I have to do a left turn, usually it's
left rudder.
Yeah, a little bit of left rudder or left aileron, whatever you choose. It's just, you know, you got the options here. You got options here. Maybe I have a tiny bit of too much power, so I took like 10, 20 RPM. You know, I'm not starting to count. I'm not chasing numbers. I'm chasing the plane. I want to feel the plane, what it wants to do.
Yep.
And I'm smoothly getting there on at 170 heading. Perfect. Recovery this time is gonna be pretty similar. So I'm gonna add full power as I'm applying forward pressure on the control, so I don't climb. As I'm getting a safer speed over 65, I'm gonna bring the first notch down, and then it's increasing over 70 second, and over 70 actually again. I can do the third notch as well. I'm on my altitude, airspeed is good, and I'm bringing back the power to 2,300. And I've recovered from slow flight really smoothly, no biggie. Good?
Very good.
Cool. You have control, sir? And we can do
controls.
Yeah, we can do a clearing turn again to the left, 180, pick out heading point, a reference point.
Okay, clearing turn to the left, checking left.
Yes, sir.
Slightly steeper than standard bank, 20 degrees.
Yep.
About there. Looking left. Checking the ball.
You lost a little bit of altitude, you can apply a little bit of back pressure.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
All good. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day. You can just, you know, set up a new altitude. Say, hey, my new altitude is going to be 2,700. So it's perfectly fine. Okay. Clearing turns are done. We did a 180 reference point in front of you. Take that. Back it up.
2,700 on the altitude. I'll set this to in front of me. About
perfect.
Yeah, 347.
And this time we're gonna get back into slow flight. And we did the clearing turns. We can't wait for too long.
Okay.
Let's start power 2,000 RPM.
Power back to 2,000.
Yeah. Maintain altitude, and you were at 2,700.
Okay, 2,700 flaps.
Yep. Let's
flaps
start
to 1. Okay.
Flaps 2.
Flaps 2.
Yep.
Okay, and then again to 3.
Do it. Yep. Don't need to wait for too long. Again, 3.
Okay.
Fast.
3. Sorry.
Yeah. Do them. Flaps 3. There you go. Hand on the throttle. Bring the power back in. Power back in 2,300. Because you see, you slow down to 57. So bring the power back into around 2,300 RPM.
Okay. Speeding up.
So if you want to speed up, you have to pitch the nose down a bit.
Power center 71 on the RNAV 5 approach.
Push the nose down a bit more to get that 60 to 65.
Report dashboard center 71.
Perfect. There you go. If you need to trim the plane a little bit. Are you pushing?
No, I was just checking my feet, sorry.
Okay, cool.
So speeds 60, altitudes
it's
climbing
increasing.
slightly.
So yeah, you correct that, not with the pitch, with the power.
With the power? Okay.
Yes. There you go.
Okay, maintaining heading.
That's it, you're in slow flight.
Reduce power slightly because I feel like I'm climbing a little bit.
Okay, cool.
checking around me.
And while you're doing that, let's do left turn again to 030.
Okay, left turn. I'm going to try a left turn mainly with feet. So
Okay.
left, right rudder. Nice and slow. Quite a slow turn.
Yep, this is perfect. Okay, really good. Checking your altitude, checking your airspeed.
Airspeed is 60, altitude 27.
Check your airspeed.
Airspeed 59.
So push the nose down.
62. Reaching my target direction.
Perfect. Let's climb to 2,900.
Climb to 2009, so you press this and you went
Yeah,
up.
don't worry about that.
Okay, that's fine. Just...
I mean, you can do that, but there's no point in doing it. Let's
climb
add
with power
smoothly, yes, and don't let the nose pitch up above. You want to keep the airspeed 63.
Okay.
So add smoothly power. More power, more power, more power, more power, all the way until you get to full. Now control with your pitch, control your airspeed. Control your airspeed with your pitch. And you do want to climb, but you want to climb while you're maintaining 63.
Power, temperature 1 over the top, go.
There you go, looking good, and you're climbing.
Air 671, runway 5, clear for the option.
Runway 5, clear for the action, I temperature 1.
climbing to 28.
Once you reach the altitude you want, you can just
Come back on the power.
Yeah, come back on the power.
Okay, airspeed 63.
Come back on the power.
Down. Cutting back on the power now.
Yeah, and also you have to pitch down a little bit to maintain that airspeed. Okay.
Maintaining airspeed.
Bring the power back. There you go. We're looking pretty awesome. Cool. Let's recover.
Okay, recovering, so we're going to go full speed.
Yes, sir.
And then flaps down.
Yes, sir.
So slowly up to full speed. Flaps down, pitch down.
Wait. We have to wait for the airspeed. Perfect. 70 now.
Okay.
And now you can go with 0 also.
Going all the way down.
Totally beautiful. That's it. Maintain
Maintain
2,900. And you can bring your power. You're at good airspeed. Bring the power back to 2,300 RPM. A little bit faster. Beautiful.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Cool.
We climbed a bit, huh? We're at 3.
Yeah, that's probably fine. My controls.
Your controls.
We're going to do one more set, and that's the thing with these blocks, you know, in order to be safe and, you know, comply with all the regulation, we actually do have to do clearing turns. So sometimes you can't get the chance to do all the maneuvers really fast, okay? Especially if we have to do them where I show them to you. And we're going to do one more, and then we're going to head back, okay?
Okay.
Because, yeah, unfortunately, there's a 9 o'clock block.
No problem.
Sounds good. But we're getting, you are remembering the amazingly well all the, you know, requirements or what you have to do. So that's great. I like that.
Okay.
And next thing what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you steep turns.
Steep turn.
Yeah, we can stay at 2,800. Perfect number. And steep turns, I'm just gonna get over the water, and there's nobody in the area. Again, I'm gonna turn to the left. So I did a left turn. I'm gonna do my second left turn to clear the area. Looking at this, well, the reference point is not gonna be that valuable when we are. With steep turns, you're not actually gonna. You can or cannot see the reference point. It has to be a little bit further usually. So I'm going to use the shoreline as a reference point, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to change the fuel tank after. I'm going to do it right before the maneuver. Okay, so 2,800, my airspeed, I did my clearing turns, my heading bug is done. 2,800, nobody's around me. Perfect, I'm going to start the maneuver. So what I'm doing, I'm stabilized. I'm just going to start 30-degree bank at power, about 200 RPM in there. And then I'm going to continue to a 45-degree bank while I'm applying back pressure on the control in order to maintain altitude.
Oh, wow, you feel that.
Yeah. So that back pressure is going to be quite a lot which you have to apply.
A lot of back pressure?
Yeah, and
he's going to be on a 40 heading.
So it's going to be quite... Now I'm looking outside, I'm maintaining visual, I'm looking at the horizon. Remember yesterday how I was telling you it has to touch in one place?
Yep.
It's touching in one place and I'm not doing anything.
Oh.
Now I'm come back out, I push the nose down a little bit and now I'm going to the right.
Rudders, you using much rudders?
No, not really. I haven't used any so far, but thank you for reminding me. 45 degree of bank, trying to maintain, looking at the horizon, trying to cut in the same spot. Altitude, I descended a little bit, so I'm pitching up smoothly, but very, very smoothly. I'm not rushing to that, maintaining my 45 degrees of bank. And you have to remember one thing, the more bank you put, the more back pressure you have to apply.
Okay.
But you have to be, you can't just rush through it, you know. Coming back on my heading, now I used a little bit of rudder to get back out of the, bank, maintaining 2,800, and I brought the power back to approximately 2,300 in the same time as I was getting back out of the bank. Here you go, sir. I'm going to walk you through this, okay?
Okay.
So, plane is pre-stabilized. We can do a 180. You can do left or right. You have control, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to do 180 to the right.
That's perfectly fine. Yep, I'm checking the area. There's nobody in the area. We're checking also visual. And we're going to get in again. Probably we're going to use the shoreline as a visual reference.
Okay, going to try and stay at 2.8.
Perfect.
Going to use the shoreline as a visual, checking around me.
Hotel Echo Victor Victor
Bit steep.
November 1st.
All right, excellent. Yeah, I know where that is. And 79 Quebec.
Okay, coming up on the shoreline.
Yes, sir.
That's good. Sky is free and clear.
Perfect. Heading bug.
Okay, heading bug. Gonna set that
5 clear for takeoff.
straight ahead.
Perfect.
Altitude
So we are,
78.
altitude is good, airspeed is good, power setting is good, configuration is good. Let's start our maneuver. So
Okay, so on left-hand turn or right-hand turn?
left turn.
Left-hand turn.
Maintaining the altitude. Okay. Get to 30 degrees of bank at power.
30 degrees at.
Yeah, so when we are transition, we're getting to 30 degrees of bank. I want you to start adding power. Add power. There you go. That's it. Not full. That's perfect. There you go. And we're going to continue to 45. And
45,
apply back pressure.
add some back pressure.
There you go. And we're going to maintain that and more back pressure because we are already descending.
Okay.
That's what I was telling you. You actually have to keep some back pressure in there. 45. And look, there we go. Altitude is good. Find that sweet spot where we're not climbing, we're not descending. Now, if the airspeed is decreasing, like now I see that we are climbing too much. No, the power is okay. Just need to adjust your, there you go, coming out. We missed that a little bit, and that's why on the out, I'm actually using rudder in the opposite direction to get myself out.
Opposite direction.
So if I was in the left bank, I'm using right to get out of the bank.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going, let's go to the right.
Okay, checking right.
Yep.
I already have full pressure.
You
so
already have power. Actually, we can bring it to 25. That's enough.
Okay, so I'm at 30 degrees. I'm at 40 degrees, pulling up.
Increase back pressure, increase back pressure. Because we are descending a lot. Look how fast we are. Okay. Have to find the sweet spot.
We want to keep it at 2.8 or was it 2.9?
2.8.
2.8, okay.
To departure, thank you much, 10 Bravo Papa.
Okay, looking for a direction back at the shore.
Perfect. Looking great.
Trying to keep the altitude.
Yes.
2.8, okay, turning out at the shoreline.
Push the nose down and take, smoothly.
Too much?
Yeah, smoothly, and take the power out with your right hand in the same time. So that's why I like to do it with one hand only.
Okay.
Okay, we'll do this one more time, okay?
Okay.
So we are good to, and by the way, steep turns before or after will qualify for this. So we already did our clearing turns. We are at 2,800 and we're going to go immediately into it. We're going to go together, okay?
Okay.
We have the short line. Okay.
We're going left?
Yeah, we're going to go left, add some power.
30 degrees.
Mike Gecko, Naples Tower report mid
Adding power, perfect. That's enough power.
Okay, maintain altitude. We're diving a bit, so we pull it up.
Yeah.
Oh, you feel that. Okay. We dropped a little bit. Climbing.
So we're gonna relax a little bit because we are reaching 2,800. We don't want to climb above it.
Yep. Relax.
Perfect.
Okay, now I'm going to pull out the power as we turn back, yeah?
Okay, we're getting back out and pull a little bit of power. Beautiful. That's it.
Better?
Let's do another one to the right. Just
okay, another one to the right.
Yep.
Check right, turning right. As we reach 30, I'm going to increase power.
Perfect.
500 there.
Apply back pressure, start applying back pressure.
Back pressure, checking on the altitude.
45.
We're dropping a little bit.
More back pressure.
More back pressure. It's steeper.
45 degrees of bank. More back pressure.
More back pressure. Yeah, we're dropping. Okay, we're back at... Oh, we dropped a lot, sorry.
All good. Relax your hand. We're reaching 2,800. We just want to keep that. Keep that 45 degrees of bank in there.
Okay. It's steeper coming out, so I'm going to bring back the power.
Okay.
And correct.
Push the nose down as you're
push
there.
the nose down.
Perfect.
Where are we at? 2003. Okay.
Amazing. Cool. Let's do a 180.
Okay, doing a 180, checking left.
Good. This time we don't have to do it at high banks. We can do it at regular, maintaining altitude and all good. Cool.
Okay, maintaining altitude at 27.
You see, even maintaining altitude when you're at 30 degrees of bank, sometimes, you need to apply a little bit of back pressure. You just have to find that sweet spot.
Yeah.
We don't just want to jerk it back and then the pitch is going to go really high. Now we're going to slow too much. We're going to fly through our desired altitude, so we have to find this sweet spot. Good. Let's stay on the south heading, towards those buildings. And before we go back, we have to do something which is called pre-descent checklist.
Okay. Shutdown, parking, landing. Pre-descent checklist, sorry.
So we need to get our 80s before going back to the airport.
Okay, we need to get 80s.
Yep.
And departing runway 5.
Keep the plane straight and level, even if you're reaching for other buttons, okay?
Of the airport up to 239 feet AGL. Ground control and clearance delivery are combined on ground frequency 121.6. Use caution for bird and wildlife activity on and in the vicinity of the airport. Advise on initial contact. You have information India.
Okay, so we've got new information.
Information India, time 1153 Zulu weather. Wind calm,
I've managed to drop my pen.
10, sky clear.
Somewhere.
Temperature 25, dew point 21, altimeter 29er. Visual approach in use, landing and departing runway 5. Notice airmen use caution for multiple construction cranes in the vicinity
of the
airport.
39
feet AGL.
My controls.
Your controls.
Clearance delivery are combined on ground frequency 121.6.
I've got to back up.
Caution for bird and wildlife activity on and in the vicinity of the airport. Advise on initial contact. You have information India.
India.
Naples Tower information India, time 1153 Zulu weather. Wind calm, visibility 10, sky clear. Temperature 25, dew point 21, altimeter 29er. Visual approach in use, landing and departing runway 5. Notice airmen use caution for multiple construction cranes in the vicinity of the airport up to 239 feet AGL. Ground control and clearance delivery are combined on ground frequency 121.6. Use caution for bird and wildlife activity on and in the vicinity of the airport. Advise on initial contact. You have information India.
Perfect. If you're good,
Naples Tower information.
Let's go to the next point on the checklist.
Okay, 80s. Fuel, select fullest tank, so we're going to swap tanks.
Yeah, let's swap. Fuel pump is already on.
Fuel pump is already on because of our maneuvers. Going to the right tank.
And we can keep it on.
Clicked, fuel pump on. Okay, engine.
Everything seems to be in the green.
Yep. Direction gyro, set bug to runway heading.
Yeah,
50.
do you see the airport?
I see the airport.
Perfect. So then, yeah, it's gonna be 50.
350. Okay, altimeter.
Altimeter. So we got our 80s. What was the altimeter?
It was different. It was 299er. I'm gonna adjust this 299.
Perfect. We got the same on the other one.
Okay.
The opposite way. The opposite way.
299.
Yeah.
Is that right?
No, the opposite way. That's what I was telling you. They're almost close to 300. So a little bit more.
Oh, that's 290.
Each tick of those is 2 decimals. So there we go. Fine. Perfect.
Radios. Set.
We already with tower. Yeah.
Okay. Lights as appropriate. We don't need them. Seatbelts are on. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Plan an entry point for arrival.
Okay. Perfect. So we are good with that. Now we know where the airport is. We know which runway is in use. Runway 5. Yeah, which is pointing towards east.
Yep.
So if we are gonna join from this position, more likely he's gonna give us a right downwind entry.
I do have traffic at the field as well.
We enter in the base.
Hold the shoreline, 90 Mike.
Sorry.
We enter